Hey, what's going on? I'm Ben,
I'm Rom.
and welcome to One Piece versus Four Kids. This is a podcast where we will be watching for the first time, in my case, the Four Kids One Piece dub. I've never seen anything other than episode one so far of the One Piece Four Kids dub. And Ram is rewatching the Funimation
Dubbed and
one
subbed.
dubbed and subbed.
Yeah, I'm watching them both.
Okay. Did you actually rewatch the sub version?
Yeah, when I first started watching it, I watched the dubbed and then I started watching the sub, so I'm just like, all right, let me actually see how the subbed was too. So
Okay, that should be fine. And then also, at least for the first, how many have you read any of the manga for the first ones?
uh I'm going to start in like a little bit, but no, I haven't really started that one yet. Basically, with the manga, I started at where they're basically at the start of the arc of the current arc that they're on, which is Wano country. So I started at the start of the Wano arc because I was already caught up with Wano. But
Okay. So you're just
yeah,
reading the manga
eventually,
now as since the anime's on hiatus.
yeah, basically. But now it's like I'm caught up with where the story is in the manga too.
Oh, okay, got it. And obviously, the manga's ahead of the anime.
Yeah, right now it's like I think they usually pace it so that like the manga is like a year ahead. If they ever if they ever get too close to the manga, like they'll put in like filler episodes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I guess I'll start off by giving a brief summary. Uh, well, I don't know how brief this will be, but I'll start off by giving a summary of what I saw episode one, watching the Four Kids dub.
Alright,
Okay,
go ahead.
so at the very beginning of the episode, it basically, the intro says some king hid a treasure, and that's what they're trying to find. Uh, Later on, it's revealed to be called the Gold Rogers treasure. Um, so yeah, so that's how it starts off. And at the very beginning, there's a couple pirates on this. Well, okay, at the very beginning, there's a couple people on a ship, and they pull out a barrel from the ocean. And one of the guys says, "Oh no, there might be this barrel might be full of monkeys." Uh, and then the other guy was terrified. And then there was like, some then it cuts to some lady that's like in like this is like it I'm really unsure on what this ship is, because it seems to be like a luxury ship of some sort, because like there's people there, and then this guy is asking this woman, he calls her princess, he's asking her to dance. That was a bit confusing. um and then all of a sudden a ship pulls up, and with a bunch of pirates that called themselves the Hardys, and they take over. And I have written um, a pirate lady named Miss Elfina, that's the captain, is taken over. But according to me, I heard it wrong, because uh, her name is Elvita, and it might the reason I heard it wrong is because she has a southern accent in this dub. Um, so yeah, so she's taking over the ship, and she reveals that she's coming into the area where the like I guess the dance is going on. And she basically is saying that she wants everyone's cash, gold, and celebrity autographs. She wants all of their valuables. And then all of a sudden, she leaves, I guess, and then the lady, I think is the princess, reveals that she's a pirate, and she starts fighting the other pirates. And then all of a sudden, you cut to another place on the ship, and there's this like wimpy pirate dude, and he rolls that barrel, and all of a sudden, Luffy pops out of the barrel and introduces himself as that. And then we find out that this wimpy little kid, his name is Colby. And all of a sudden, that undercover pirate lady gets all the treasure somehow. And I guess you see her leaving later on. And then Luffy reveals to Colby he wants to find One Piece and become king of the pirates. Colby reveals he's going to join the Navy. And all of a sudden, uh, Alvida bursts in, and Luffy takes on all the pirates and reveals he's a rubber man. And she says, "Are you a rubber man because you ate the cursed fruit?" And I guess that's why he's the rubber man. And then Colby tells uh, Alvida that he basically tells her off, and then he kind of whimpers, and then Luffy takes up the fight and beats her up. And then all of a sudden they decide to escape on a escape boat, and they start to talking, and he starts talking with Colby, and says he's gonna recruit this other pirate who's like a pirate hunter, and his name is Zolo. And then all of a sudden you see some pirate dude in a green hat, and I guess you could only assume that it is Zolo. So yeah, that's all I have from the first episode.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll start from what I saw. So basically, the opening scene. So this is actually something you're gonna see in that. Um, it's like all the ships are usually like all the passenger ships in One Piece tend to be like this kind of like luxury thing, kind of like what you see in the movie Titanic. You know how like they have like the luxury like banquet halls and all that. Um,
Yeah.
Basically that's kind of how like a lot of these like civilian boats are like in this series
So
for
this is
whatever
a
reason.
civilian boat, right?
Yeah, this is like a
Okay.
regular civilian boat. Yeah, it's I guess you could say it's like a cruise, but it has that like Titanic kind of like feel
Yeah.
feel to it. But yeah, so kind of similar to what you said, basically when the show opens up, you see this red-haired girl, she gets asked to dance by some guy, and so she takes his hand, and then they go dancing, and then you go off into the next scene where you see these three like deckhands. One guy is like a lookout at the top, and then the other two guys are kind of at the main level, and they see like this barrel just kind of like running out in the sea, and then this guy's like, "Ah, it's like a huge barrel," and then he throws down something to hook the barrel with. He misses, and then both him and his other deckhand friend said that, "Hey, you suck at this," and then they eventually throw it and they get it hooked up, and then he notices that it's like really heavy, and what they think is that it could be like a huge barrel of sake, and or I
Okay.
think they call it.
So that's definitely one difference.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, so basically they take up this huge barrel. They think it's like booze, and then the lookout then kind of like notices off in the distance that this pirate ship is coming through, and he then like basically gets down. He alerts the captain, and then people start to like run around, and then you cut to the actual pirate ship, and then the pirate lady, her name is Alvida, and like basically the way we find out is she says, "Hey, Colby, who is the prettiest woman in the East Blue?" And then he says, "Of course, it's you, Alvida." And then yeah, so Colby is like this kind of wimpy chore boy for her pirate crew,
Yeah.
and basically they basically attack the passenger ship, and then they go in, they hook to the passenger ship, and then they board the passenger ship, and then they kind of go inside where everybody's kind of like running around, and then the red hair girl, she basically takes off her attire, and then you see like she's like not just like a regular person, she's like some mysterious person. She doesn't really say what she is, and then yeah, she basically gets on the pirate ship, and she goes to like the entrance inside the boat. I think some guy comes out, and she actually like kicks him in the nuts, and the guy like faints with that, and then she kind of goes inside, and then basically then you kind of like cut to basically as the pirates are kind of like going in, she actually throws Kobe into the boat. Like Alvida just kind of kicks Kobe into the boat, and then like she jumps up in the sky, and then as she's kind of falling in the boat, she like Kobe kind of scampers off, and then like she just crash lands into the civilian boat. And then basically the next thing you see is like Kobe is in like the kitchen, and he notices this huge barrel, and he's kind of strolling out the barrel, and then like three of the other pirates from that pirate group, they kind of stop him and say, "Hey, what you got there?" And he's like, "It looks pretty big, pretty heavy, probably has like a lot of booze. We're gonna drink a little bit of it." And then he's about to punch open the barrel. This was something I didn't really get. Like, how do you open it by punching it? You're just like damaging it. So I didn't really. Anyways, as he was about to punch it, this guy comes out, pops out of the barrel, and then he says, "Who are you?" Like one of the guys says, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Hi, I'm Monkey D. Luffy." And then he goes ahead, asks Kobe, "Hey, do you have any food? I'm hungry." And then the two pirates guy attack him with swords, and then just kind of looks back, and the next thing he sees like these two blades just flickering up to the ceiling, and then like hitting the ceiling. And then he's like, "Hey, I don't know what your problem is or something." I actually forget like what exactly they said, but the two guys, but they basically get scared, and they grab the guy who's already knocked out, and then yeah, he goes into one of the pantries, and Kobe kind of goes in and says, "Hey, I'm Kobe. I guess like you're Luffy, right?" And then he says, "Yeah." And then Luffy kind of goes in, and then he starts eating the apples, and then we kind of find out that Luffy is actually like a pirate himself, and he wants to basically become king of the pirates, and wants to yeah, he wants to find the one. And then Kobe says, "If you want to be king of the pirates, that means you want to go get the One Piece." And yeah, I don't know if they showed this in one thing I forgot to mention. The intro, when you said like they're doing the newsreel. So similarly, like in the intro, they did a newsreel where they said the king of the pirates, Goldie Roger, was at his execution platform when he was about to get executed. Some guy yells out, "Hey, where's your treasure?" He's like, and then Roger says, "I kept it in that one place. Go ahead and find it," and that started the Great Pirate Era. That was actually the intro. So yeah,
I think there was
back to
something
this.
similar.
Yeah. Basically, I think those two things are kind of similar. So yeah, back to this. Yeah, Luffy says, "Hey, if I die trying to become king of the pirates, that's good with me." And then basically Kobe is like, "Okay, I want to join the navy, and I want to catch bad guys." And then right as he says that, then like Alvida comes like crashing down, and then she basically then kind of like asks Kobe again, who's the pretty person in the sea. And then before he give an answer, Luffy says, "Hey, who's this fat lady?" And then everybody's like shocked, and then they jump out, and then like Luffy's fighting. Luffy's basically fighting the Alvida pirates, and then he runs, and then like he grabs onto a pole, and then he kind of stretches out, and then everybody's like scared, and then he's like, "Gotcha!" And then like he goes, slams into all the pirates, and then Alvida comes in and said, "Hey, you must have eaten one of those devil fruits." And he's like, Kobe asks him, "What are you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a rubber man." And then Alvida's like, "Oh, so you ate one of the devil fruits?" And then uh, basically Kobe got the courage to basically tell Alvida she's not she's ugly, and like he's gonna become like he's gonna join the Navy, and he's gonna catch her and all that. And just as Kobe was about to attack with her baseball bat, like with spikes, Luffy jumps in, blocks the attack, and then he basically just like stretches his arm out all the way, and then just like does like a pistol whip, and then like she just like flies off into the ocean, and then yeah, and then basically then we kind of cut to them kind of like running away. Luffy sees like the Navy ships, and he's like, "All right, I gotta go." And then he throws down a ship, and then Kobe joins him. And then like once he crashes into the water, we see that the other girl is also like in the other boat, and yeah, so and then yeah, that's kind of like what happens. And then they kind of like talk about Luffy actually asks Kobe, "Hey, who is this Zoro?" And then he's like, "Oh yeah, he's like a demon. He's like he's called Pirate Hunter Zoro because he hunts down. He's like a bounty hunter pirate. Yeah." Then he's like, "I'm gonna ask him to join my crew." And Kobe's like, "Whoa!" And then we kind of cut to Zoro in like he's like in chains or something at the island, at one of the Navy base islands. And yeah, that was the first episode.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's too much different.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, there aren't too many differences. I got a couple of questions for you.
okay.
So, does the red hair girl actually talk?
Yes.
Oh, she actually talks.
Yes. She doesn't talk in yours?
No, like the first episode, like she makes some like noises, in like she makes some noises, like she's like and then like a noise to like say, "Yeah, I'll dance with you," or something, or like something like that. But she never actually says anything. She just like, yeah, she didn't really say anything. And I watched both the sub and the dubbed, and then like, yeah, I couldn't remember her actually like saying anything at all. So
Yeah, I think
that
she says I could have sworn that in this she says she doesn't even want to dance with the guy.
Oh, no, I mean, I think in mine, like, yeah, she goes up and she goes ahead and she dances or
Or
something.
maybe
Like, it's
maybe she does dance, but maybe she's just like, "Huh, dance?" Like she's like confused why he would want to dance with her.
oh, okay, okay, okay. And then wait, so she actually says she's actually a pirate?
No, she doesn't. But I just assumed that she's a pirate because when she, takes off whatever she has on, she looks like a pirate.
Okay, 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 okay. And so I guess so Alvida in yours, she actually has like a deep Southern accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, like an old school. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in mine, she has like a regular kind of like rough, like rough pirate accent, not like an R, but like like hey, I think she's like, "Hey Kobe," something like that. It's not like southern, but it's it's like a very rough kind of accent. Yeah, so she doesn't have a southern accent in like the regular one. So they say cursed fruit
Yeah.
in 4 Kids. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Well, that's not surprising. From
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
any of the dubbed anime I've seen, any mention to hell or the devil is always changed to something else.
Yeah.
So yeah, they call it
Yeah.
cursed fruit, and then the whole sake thing. I don't know if that was them just you know I don't know how crazy they are gonna get censoring this, but I don't think like beer is necessarily something that's usually censored in even kids animes. Um, but I think they just referred it to as a barrel of monkeys just because it's like a an American thing, like the toys.
Yeah, yeah, it's possible. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was just like and also I guess it's kind of also ironic because Luffy's inside of it.
yeah, and his name is like Monkey D. Luffy
Yeah,
too. So
yeah,
yeah, I guess it's like play on. Um, yeah, and then so wait, so yeah, I think one thing I think it's you pointed out is they call him they even call him Pirate Hunter.
yeah. They do, they do. Well, I think they
Okay,
called him like a bounty hunter, like the same type of thing you did. Yeah, because he's
okay,
saying
okay.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him." He's like basically saying, "Oh, I'm gonna. He's a good pirate. I'm gonna get him to join." And then Colby's like, "Well, he's not even a pirate. He's a pirate hunter."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I guess like yeah, one thing I think I kind of use that. Yeah, so you said he calls him Zolo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the regular both in the regular subbed and the dubbed, they refer to him as Zoro.
Mm.
Um But yeah, and then I guess like the background, I kind of so yeah, the background between Zolo and Zoro is with the manga. Like so, the official, not like the fan translation, but like the official Shonen Jump translation that I'm reading right now, it actually refers to Zoro as Zolo. Like in like the Shonen Jump translation, when they kind of like refer to Zoro, it actually translates to Zolo. So I'm kind of wondering, like, if that's where Four Kids got that Zolo translation from. So
Could be, because I think at the time, I'm not sure. One Piece fans are gonna be outraged at me, but didn't the Shonen Jump manga come out in America before the Four Kids anime?
I'm not really sure. It might have like
Let
I'm
me
not really
see.
sure how popular it was at the time.
One Piece Shonen Jump. I'm gonna look this up. See if I can
Yeah,
find
because
it.
I think a lot of like anime that came into the US around that time was like Toonami. Was like
Yeah,
through Toonami. Yeah.
but I remember like at the time, like there was. I remember when they had the Shonen Jump magazines here in America. Like you would get the books, kind of like how you would get them in Japan. There would be multiple mangas in it.
Ah, okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
so I can't remember what year they had come out with that here, but I know it was around the same time they were coming out with a lot of the animes here.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, it
Um,
would be interesting if that was why. I guess I don't know who's going to be listening to this, but if anyone is listening to this, you can let us know. Um, I guess we'll be posting this. We'll probably be creating a YouTube channel for
yeah,
this. So please let us know in the comments.
yeah, yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, we'll in episode 2 we'll have an email you guys can email into and ask us questions or tell us what we got wrong.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So is there anything else you can think of?
Um, I guess like we can kind of like I guess I'll put it out there and then maybe like we'll kind of like decide what to do. Um like so I think like I think I made it pretty clear like I'm caught up with like the anime like all the way to where it basically stopped until what happened. So yeah, so like the as far as like the anime is concerned, like I'm already like caught up with it, but I do like I really do like it, so I don't really mind rewatching it. And rewatching it kind of makes me catch things that I didn't catch before, or since with like the anime, it's like when you're trying to catch up, you try to pay attention to as much as you can, but like you miss some stuff. Like one thing that like this since Four Kids ended, like I don't remember where Four Kids ended, but it was way before this. So basically like in the current saga that's going on right now, in the manga they hint at this one kind of thing, and the anime, like, people didn't notice it because it was slightly mentioned for like a little bit in one of the episodes, and it was just something that like people just kind of like overlooked or completely forgot about because it was like a quick 5 minute thing. And then it's something that like it's referenced later on. So that's kind of one of the things that they do. Like they'll kind of mention certain things for like a quick 5 seconds, and then like you'll completely forget about it, and then it'll be referenced like a lot of episodes later. So I'm kind of wondering like if this is something where I should maybe point out, hey, maybe take an interest into this certain thing or what they said in this scene or something. I don't know if I should have that. I don't know. What do you think?
I think you can do that. I mean, obviously, I assuming from this, the cursed fruit is going to be a thing that's going to probably be brought up again, right? Or the devil's
Yeah,
fruit.
yeah. No, the devil fruit definitely plays a huge factor in this show. It's one of the
Yeah,
main themes of the show. Yeah.
it seemed obvious, even though it was like only brought up like for 1 second.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna play a part. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Um, I should have written down, but I didn't write this down, but I could have sworn there was one mention in this episode of like Blackbeard.
Huh, Blackbeard. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
What,
know if it's just like you know be mentioning it because it's like an unknown American name for a pirate or what.
um.
But it didn't. It just
So.
kind of like referenced it as like a myth or something.
Oh, okay. So I mean, in terms of Blackbeard, chances are Four Kids isn't gonna even touch Blackbeard. Like, so I don't really mind saying it, but he is like a character in the show. If we do kind of like decide to go beyond Four Kids too, maybe later on, like you start to enjoy it, and we just gonna continue to do this. I won't reveal too much, but like yeah, there is a character named Blackbeard that you'll eventually kind of like see what he is and who he is and everything. So, but yeah, I guess that's not too bad. Like it's not too spoilerish when I said that. Yeah, there's this character named Blackbeard. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, there is a character named Blackbeard. He isn't mentioned in episode one in the dubbed or the subbed. Would be, yeah, if he was mentioned in Four Kids. That's yeah.
Okay.
I'd be kind of surprised. Yeah.
Um. Now I'm just curious. Does the dubbed version that you watch, the Funimation dub, does it have uh is the theme song translated?
Yeah, it is. They actually, I think they actually like re-recorded. Yeah, they basically like re-recorded English lyrics like with English people. They recorded the song, the intro song, and the outro song. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and obviously I know that the Four Kids is totally different. It's like a rap.
Oh yeah. No, this doesn't. Yeah, dude, that
I
rap is so
wouldn't I
weak.
wouldn't think this would be a rap.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, yeah, no, the Funimation one, it's pretty much they pretty much use the same kind of like uh, basically they use like the same kind of, I don't know what the word is, but they use like the same beat. Like they
Yeah,
try
same
to
music.
keep with the same, yeah, same music, same beat. They don't try to go off cuff like doing the rap song. like 4 Kids did. No, they didn't do that, but yeah, they did they did do like an English translation to it. Yep.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so I think that's mainly it for this episode. Next episode, uh, do you want to cover like maybe
Yeah, yeah, I think we can do two. I know, I don't want to get too ahead of like what I'm gonna like, so I don't want to like spoil too much or anything. Um, I think the next episode is pretty standalone too. Eventually, like we'll reach a point where it'll be like a multi-episode kind of like thing where like it'll be like where it'll be in the middle of a conflict and it's like to be continued and it
yeah.
goes off into the next thing. I don't think we'll face that in the next episode, so we should be okay in the next two if we do like yeah, if we do 2 episodes for the next episode. Yeah.
Okay, and I guess one last thing. Did you did you catch the episode name?
So yeah, it was just yeah, yeah, I think it was like I'm Monkey D. Luffy, I'm gonna be King of the Pirates. That was the episode title.
Oh, okay. Mine was just I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. The episode titles should be pretty similar for the
Yeah.
first one. I forget if he does say I'm pretty sure he does say hi. I'm Monkey D. Luffy. I'm the King of the Pirates in the dubbed and the subbed, but I have to check that. But yeah, yeah. I guess like the episode titles are kind of similar.
Okay. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
let's just keep notes of that because I'm just really curious if they change some of them.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for this episode. I'm gonna go ahead and end this recording. But thanks everyone for listening, and we will be back next week.
All right, cool. I'll see you next week.
Yeah.